is enough, and it's time for a change.
Are you ready?
It is Sunday, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
Give me a hell yeah! Get some
Ooh, yeah.
With Kinny Killa.
Hey yo! We're in the big D tonight, baby, and we are live! Woo!
I'm the gal them sugar shoe.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be! Cause that's the bottom line! Cause Stone Cold said so!
Oh, son of a bitch, if you just heard the glass shatter, that's right. It's Sunday, it's the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. It's episode 91 right here on TRN, the Talking Wrestling Network. And I am the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the one man with no Instagram, Kinny Killa. And as always, I'm kicking it with the hashtag tech guy, the gal them sugar shooks.
Yo.
You sound fucked, son.
Do you know what? I feel fucked.
Also, we have our brother from Oklahoma. He goes by many names. He goes by King Ollie. He goes by Heel Ollie. Welcome to Hollywood. That's right. It's Oliver Enriquez.
Motherfucker.
You know, it's been a long time since I heard that sound, bro. It's been a long time. Oh, God. And also, we have our brother from London. That's right. It's my mate, Billy the Mark Johnson.
Yo.
Hey, yo. How you doing, Billy?
I'm good, Kenny.
Yeah, it's obviously we've been having you on the retro round table, but it's been a while since you've been on the Sunday Segue, so I had to get you back on the show.
It's been a while since I watched Raw as well, so
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Ollie, like we were talking about before, I know you know it's cold out. It's early out where you at. Again, I always appreciate the fact that you get up. It's figures like 5:15 in the morning. So thanks. Yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Like I said while we're off air, you have made me an international superstar. And I can't bite the hand that feeds me, but I will talk crap on that Tim Vicious. Tim, where you at, man? I'm here doing it, you know. I went to sleep late. I was playing World of Warcraft. I just throw that out there. But I'm here, man. Where you at, Tim? You ain't nowhere, man. But you can find me on... you can find me on YouTube at, Rewind Benji 1, doing that Paint and Mask show right now while TNA's, transitioning.
I love the fact you just calling Tim out straight away. If people don't know, Tim was meant to be on, but he's got to work, got to earn them dollars, so he's not on the show. But it doesn't matter because Ollie's going to run him down the same way, so shit. Shugs, I know you're fucked, but football, you at least won, right?
Yeah. So we snapped the losing run. We had a 4-game losing streak, and we snapped it yesterday. We had a 2-1 win. So it was just celebrate good times.
So no Bruno. They never had no Bruno.
No Bruno, mate. No Bruno.
Straight from Serie C. Yeah. Have you heard? Okay. Obviously, the interview's been cancelled. They're not gonna, make that movie come out because of no career. But I'm hearing they leaked shit that Idris Elba's gonna be the next James Bond.
nice.
I don't know, man. I know they leaked a whole lot of shit, like loads of like personal info, loads of this, loads of that. So what? After this next film, they're saying Idris Elba's gonna be Bond.
I think so. Yeah. What do you reckon?
It's about time, man.
Yeah. Have to get a black man in that suit. But yeah, I tell you what. It's 2004. It's going to be 2015. It's about time. I mean, fuck. I know it's not Doctor Who, but if the Doctor regenerates,
it doesn't make any difference, really, man. Do you know what I mean? It's just like it just goes from one character to the next. He's got to be better than fucking Timothy Dalton, haven't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or George Lazenby.
Exactly. You get fucking Biggie Langston in there with his fucking wash rag to be better than them too.
Don't even get me started. We'll get on that ish. But let's get into the show. Oh, God. You can follow us at Sunday Segue, Segue spelled Segue. Yes, we do have a website, Sunday Segue, sundaysegue.weebly.co.uk or sundaysegue.weebly.com. Also, you can like us on Facebook. You can email us sundaysegue@gmail.com. YouTube, iTunes, Podomatic, TRN, Stitcher, Mixcloud, and don't forget to download that Double Twist player. Shit, got my words jumbled. Right, so we're gonna go shout outs, people. Right, so again, shout outs last week. We didn't even do it because, well, we didn't have time for that, but I got some shout outs to do. We've got loads, so again, if I don't fit you in, I'll fit you in next week. So shout out to Ryan Davies, that's at Fight Best Fight. Shout out to John Secret, John Adam, at Hill Adam Brand. I'm gonna holler at you, Sheffield Wednesday fan. Shout out to at what's that? You know what? Shout out to Ghost. Shout out to Wrestle Kingdom, D Lamar, Becky Money. Shout out to the Inca Cola Don. Yep, at Hill Steven. That's right. Team Hill podcast, part of the TRN family. Shout out to Triple X Wrestling. And last but not least, shout out to D Vanny Pin, aspiring actress. That's right. One shout out to Fame Black. He's going to be on the show next week with Chad B. Rotten Broughton. So, those are the shout outs. Sorry about your damn luck if I couldn't fit you in. Shugs, any shout outs?
Nah, man.
Ollie, any shout outs?
Yeah, I want to shout out to Mr. President 92. Also, Danny Sunday. Also, Bronx Bitch Forever. And then I want to say shots fired on that punk ass Tim Vicious.
Pew, 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 pew. Oh, man. Really, any shout outs?
Just to James Powers and Michael Cook.
Okay, there you go. There's the shout outs. I want to give a shout out to our partners in crime. That's right, Max Wrestling E-Magazine. Latest issue is out. Slammies. Make sure that you watch that. Make sure that you read that. Make sure you check out their website. That's maxwrestlingemagazine.weebly.com. Also want to shout out our other partners in crime. WrestlingVideoNews.com, John Clarkson, where you can get all your news about all the DVD releases of all wrestling promotions. I want to give a shout out also to Open Turnbuckle. That's right, Chad B. Rotten Broughton and his Mrs. Courtney. Shout out Open Turnbuckle every Wednesday. Open Turnbuckle Exposed still every Saturday on TRN, Talking Wrestling Network. So let's get into the show. TLC review. Let's gonna just pick up the main point. It's not gonna go through the whole card because, as far as I'm concerned, NXT just completely whooped that ass. So, that's what I'm talking about. So, we're just gonna, look on some of the points. Shugs, Ziggler, Harper. It was a great match, obviously match of the night. But did you think that the match kind of hit a domino effect on the whole pay-per-view?
I just think I think they left with too much to follow, I don't think the match positioning was very good. I don't think it did anyone else any favours by putting this match on first. It just made the rest of the card just look like a piece of shit.
They killed themselves,
man. They just killed themselves off. They just shot their load early, and then they were just left with some fucking semi for the rest of the show.
Oh my god. Really, stairs match. The worst thing I swear I've ever seen on TV. Like, they're gonna use this to push Big Red. Really?
And the guy that's the vintner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like a really intellectual as well. I didn't really think much of it, to be perfectly honest. Really stopped paying attention because of this match.
It was just too much. I don't understand why they decided to kind of go with this. You would think they add, TLC, tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs. You would think the "and" bit would be something worthwhile adding to that brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could have gone with like baseball bats or something like that. I don't know. That's what they wanted to do. That's what they did, and we're all sitting here complaining about it now, aren't we?
Exactly. They talk about doing market research. They don't fucking do market research, because if they did, everyone would tell them that was some piece of shit. They're talking about John Cena had some talent meeting just before Raw saying about, they kind of phoned it in at TLC as a protest because NXT was so sick. What the fuck are you doing? If NXT was so sick, you should be fucking out there fucking taking your finger out your ass and start busting some moves, man. We want to see a wrestling show. Anyone can throw weapons around, son. Fuck, I can go in there and fucking lace you in the face with a steel chair. Fucking talking about is like, the stairs is like how many tons? Stop bull. Come on now.
It's £250, weren't it?
Sake. Ollie, Cena versus Rollins, you know, middle of the show. Did that surprise you?
Not really, man.
What did you think of the match, though?
I wasn't impressed, I'll tell you that. Like, what happened? I'm glad you told me that they phoned it in because I could kind of see that. And I guess that's the cause when you really don't have to pay for a pay-per-view anymore. You just pay for the network. Mm-hmm. So why go out there and bust your what?
Did Rollins losing make sense?
No. I mean, this is Mr. Money in the Bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is he going to take a loss from Cena?
Well, I mean, Billy, do you reckon, Rollins losing made sense?
Well, I'm the biggest Cena hater in the world, but I thought it was the right idea because really, you got to have John Cena being strong for going into Brock Lesnar.
So, okay. No, I mean, I understand that. And I understand, I mean, it's open to interpretation from everyone, I suppose. But, Shugs, the ups and downs of Roman Reigns on this ish, like, crowd was hot for him when he come out, and then this guy just fucked up his interview, like, completely. Carry on, sorry.
It's just the scripted promo, it's just killing him. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think if they just let him talk, or if they give him the script and he just fucking throws in the bin and then just like sort of carries on with what he's going to say anyway, or comes up with his own shit, that's what he needs to do. He needs to grow some balls, because he's reading out these scripted promos and they're fucking killing him. It makes him look like a dick.
Because when he's doing his own stuff, like, he seems more natural. It seems better. He's got he's got charisma. He's got something about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
but he's just
Stone Cold was saying that, like, at one of the, I think it was the 2K15 like video thing, that he was just ripping back and forth, and he held his own with Stone Cold. But then he was like, next thing I know, they're giving him a scripted promo, and he sounds like a fucking idiot.
Oh man, I don't know how it's gonna happen. But we'll talk about him a bit more later on in the show. Billy, main event, Wyatt, against Ambrose. I found it super gimmicky, like super gimmicky. I mean, the match was okay just until the end, I think.
There seemed to be a lot going on during the match, but whatever they did, the crowd wasn't really reacting, and I felt kind of bad for those guys because obviously of what happened with Ziggler and Harper earlier on, no one was just going to be able to follow it.
I feel like they book Wyatt so horrible. They just never get it right. You mean to tell me he took all of this like beating? It should be the other way around. He got his ass. Will you mean 3 elbows through a table? What the fuck?
And then, I don't understand it either, Kenny. But then Bray Wyatt's supposed to be he's the heel in it all, isn't he? And I suppose they're booking him like they do in Memphis, where the heels, keep getting it all the time.
Yeah. Was Bray winning the right call?
No, I would have given it to Ambrose, but then Bray, I think he did need the win. I'm sort of on the fence on this one, really.
Well, they're talking about that, they might be feeding Bray to Undertaker at WrestleMania, so they got to make him look strong. That's what I'm hearing on the dirt sheet, so,
they're going to have to follow up this feud with something stronger, because he's not ready for the Undertaker, definitely not.
He's going to have to do something, like, seriously sick at the Rumble. Like, he's going to have to be in, like, the last 3 or something.
He's going to have to be. They're going to have to do something, aren't they? What that is, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, all right. That's the TLC. We just stepped on that a little bit. Shugs, what was your highlight of the night?
I guess it was just fucking Ziggler just getting his desserts, just getting his just desserts. He was in a good position. He opened the show and he looked fucking great. Like, do you know what I mean? Like Stone Cold said he like maybe overbumped a bit. I thought, and I was listening to the podcast with Stone Cold and Dave Meltzer, and it was like true. Like, do you know what I mean? You've got if you're getting punched, it's not like a 10. The same as like if you're falling off a ladder. So whatever happens to Ziggler, it's like the same reaction. He sells getting a punch in the face as the same as like falling off a ladder and through 2 tables.
Yeah, I listened to the podcast as well. That was a decent podcast, actually. You have to when he got Meltzer on there. Ollie, what was your highlight of the night?
Man, y'all might make fun of me, man. I know y'all are like happy about Ziggler and stuff, but I'm happy about Mizdow, man. This guy is a seller, man. This guy is a method actor. This guy is the whole effing show.
Yeah, man. We love Mizdow, man. We love Mizdow out here. Billy, what was your highlight of the night?
The end of it, maybe? But no, in all seriousness, it was probably just Ziggler versus Harper. That's all I can really think was the highlight of the entire night.
It's just the whole show. Oh, God. Cena and Rollins should have been at the end, and Harper and Finn should have been in the middle. Wake the fuckers back up. Wake everyone back up. All right, so, Billy, what was your disappointment of the night then?
All of it?
All of it? I'll take that. I'll take that. Ollie, what was your disappointment of the night?
Man, okay, this is going to sound bad. I love Ziggler, but it's kind of a disappointment that he keeps being put in these matches. Just give him a regular wrestling match. The gripe, I guess, I heard from people was that Ziggler's concussion prone, so that's why we can't put the belt on him. Why do you have him in the fucking ring jumping like a spot monkey, man, thrashing around? If you say he's concussion prone, that doesn't make any sense, man.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Sugs, disappointment tonight.
Disappointment? Yeah, I just think it was a shit show, to be honest. The whole pay-per-view was a disappointment, you know?
And I think for us it would have been a disappointment anyway, but with NXT on top, and then watching NXT this week and seeing that how fucking Owens just nearly killed Neville with this horrible spike DDT, like, oh man. All right, so pay-per-view MVP, guys. Shout out a name for me, Shugs.
Yeah, I would say Ziggler or Mizdow.
Ollie.
Mizdow.
Billy.
I'm going to say Ziggler.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's just get off that now. Let's go into Raw. For what it was. Raw, it was GM'd by Jericho. Shugs, Jericho is back as a GM. You know, we saw a lot of him tonight. A lot of him. You know, talking to start Raw with Rollins, Heyman, Cena coming out. What was your thoughts on the opening exchanges?
Well, like, it's always good to see Jericho. Like, I didn't know he was going to be on there, so it's good. It's a nice surprise to start off Raw. And I guess that, you know, he's pretty good on the mic, but it's just like, I don't know if it was this bit or like later on. It's just it was later on when he was with Lana. Some of the stuff is just a bit played out. Do you know what I mean? Where it's not the Attitude Era no more, and like Jericho's just doing the same shit. But like when The Rock came back and we're like disappointed because it wasn't like we remember it. Jericho had sort of like a similar thing. It's just like, yeah, it's funny, but it's not as funny as it was back then.
Yeah. Billy, you know, when Heyman was talking about Rollins came out, squared up to Heyman. Did that make sense to you?
Well, obviously, where they were going to go by the end of the night, yeah, I was sort of thinking that made sense overall.
For me, I was just like, you know, did he have a reason to kind of angry with Heyman, you know, amongst everything that kind of happened on TLC? Because Heyman didn't really do shit. But,
No.
you know, and to be honest, didn't Heyman give him a pep talk last week? You know what I mean? Like, you need to fucking...
Well,
but
I'm just thinking, like, it's because it's the swerve, the overall swerve, and at the end of the night, then they all join up.
Ollie, I mean, 2 matches were made, you know, from this segment. Cena, Rollins in the cage match, Jericho versus Heyman. I thought the segment went too long again. The WWE roster, you know, kind of thin right now. Who from TNA could make a difference to the main event scene right now, right? Because obviously you've got the TNA background.
Ethan Carter. He, you know, is great on the mic. He has a nice physique, and not, you know, not trying to say I'm looking at it, but I mean, he's marketable. He was, you know, the stone the builders rejected.
Yeah, I hear that. So how did WWE mess up with him then?
They've got too many people in NXT to, you know, properly, you know, find out who they need to push. And also, they don't really have the person that should be in charge of NXT. I heard you know, Ricardo, you know, remember Ricardo who was at Alberto Del Rio?
Yeah.
And he used to be in NXT, and he would help them, you know, find out who was the next stars. And I forgot I think Dean Malenko was in charge, and then Dean Malenko got busy, and Ricardo was basically doing it under the table, and then they said, Ricardo, don't do it. Basically, they're pushing him out, kind of like they kind of did with Alberto Del Rio.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they have a person down there who can really, thin the herd on it. I mean, there's a lot of capable stars down there, but it's just too many, man.
Yeah.
So I think when he was able to come over to TNA, they were like, yeah, we know what we got now.
And the thing is, like, he could have easily done this character, all right, in WWE simply because it seems real. This not, obviously, it's not himself, but it's a fabrication of himself, because I think he can, parts of his personality is like that. And obviously they say, the cream rises to the top. Look at him now. Look at him. There's no sign of fucking Derek Bateman in him at all.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe when I seen him on Impact, and I see him with Rockstar Spud, who is an absolute G, by the way. This boss needs to get onto WWE ASAP. But like, it's just brilliant. It's brilliant. And I don't watch TNA, but Ethan Carter III, you know what? Derek Bateman did a good deal to go over there. Standard. All right, let's move on. Next segment: Big Show, Harper versus Rowan and Ziggler. Shugs, Ziggler flying around all over the place as usual. I know we talked about Stone Cold, and he's saying he sells too much and needs to kind of stand tall at some point to make the main event trade blows a bit and be a bit more aggressive. I still think that finisher, I don't like it. Like, I just don't see it as a finisher at all. I mean, you see people do crazy stuff in the ring, and that's not their finisher, but yet the zigzag, somehow they manage to finish that, to finish it. What things do you think he is missing, if anything, from him that he needs to do to make it in the main event?
Yeah, I think it's definitely, the zigzags not doing it. I prefer the fucking, what's the movie stole off Billy Gunn? I prefer
The Famous
than the fucking zigzag. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know, like, just getting a finisher is not that easy, is it? Something that like translates well on TV, something that you can like hit from anywhere, something that's not gonna fucking hinder you. So I suppose that's the thing with the zigzag. At least he can hit it on anyone. I think the thing is with Ziggler is because he hasn't had like a real push where they like actually believe in him, so they give him the title and he's done stuff. But it's just like, I don't think we believe that he can do it because they haven't let him do it. Do you know what I mean? I think they've convinced us that maybe he is not ready or he's only going to be at this level, and we actually, now they've convinced us he's not that good. You know what I mean? I think he can do more if they let him, like,
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. It's all about having that exposure, giving that time to do that. He should definitely be in the performance center practicing that shit, because I know for a fact, when people come in with certain moves, and then they find out people on the main roster have got them, I know people are training in the performance center nodes to come up with a finisher. So, he could definitely come up with something better than the zigzag, man. Like, he's creative. He should be able to do that. Billy Rowan, is getting pushed, with the spotlight on him a bit, shoving Big Red in our fucking face every minute. But he took a pin from Show at the pay-per-view, and then again Raw. Does that make any sense to you?
That means the push is over. That's what it signaled to me.
Like, I mean, do you see a payoff, down the road? Maybe the payoff is where Rowan eliminates, Big Show, or I don't know. It's like they've thrown him in with Harper, then they throw him in with Show. He got his ass kicked, and then what's happening now?
I just think he's another one of these guys that's going to suffer from the stop-start push again. It's just WWE creative, and Vince probably don't see him as a top star, so that's what'll happen.
Yeah, Vince got too many big men. He loves that shit, man.
He just doesn't like these millennials, does he?
Ollie, Tyson Kidd, I need to hit him up, because this guy, right, he makes me laugh. Now on NXT, obviously you watch, he is brilliant. And now he's come onto the main roster, and just what he does with Natty, she wins, he's just on the top rope, he's just loving it, lapping it up. And not even just that, he goes over to Nikki Bella, trying to help her out, and I'm thinking, you know what, you are absolutely, because I can see what's gonna happen next. Natty looks, and he just fucking rushes into the ring, lifts up her arm. I mean, he needs to be shown more, doesn't he?
He does. It's a shame that he's doing what the commentators doing what we do during their segments, put ourselves over. We're on Twitter like, yeah, man, I'm on Twitter. What y'all doing, guys?
Man, the gimmick is good, It just plays off some total diva stuff. Yeah, fair enough. But at the same time, he's doing it well. And the over celebrating and stuff like that. It's just a nice touch. Shucks, Rusev and Ryback. We said last week that it seems like they just lost with Rusev. They don't know who to put him with, but it seems like they've got Ryback now. Good move, good person to put him with. Shucks, good step up.
I think like the only good thing about it is that it's actually fresh, So we haven't seen these two before. Whereas Ryback has like beat all the people, all these mid-carders. He's beat them really. So I guess it's just something different, And I think that's the best thing about it.
We were introduced to Rusev at the Royal Rumble this year, which means obviously he should be in the Rumble, next month. He will probably have an equally big showing.
Yeah, I think so. He still hasn't been pinned. If you look at it, and they're still keeping him really strong. So, a year later, he's still looking like really good. Really, it's just like when are they going to push him up to this next level? How long is he going to be US champ, and then when's he going to make the next step? Really.
And he hasn't fell into the normal mass of Teddy Long tag team match player. I've never seen him in a tag team match.
No, wow.
Apart from obviously Survivor Series, but I've never seen him in a tag match.
Holla.
All right, let's move on. Billy. You know what? New Day, Dust Brothers. Fucking show just hit my music straight away. Right, Kofi. Xavier. Fucking Big E, right? The interview with fucking Renee, you calling Sister Renee, Xavier? Sister Renee, what is this fucking Harlem Heat 2.0? Sister Renee, bruv, you can't even fucking, oh my god, you can't even lace up Booker T and Stevie Ray's boots, let alone try and bust that shit. Come on, you're trying to be too black. What are you? You're black. You are black. So you don't need to try and do that shit. Kofi, I know what you talk about spitting bars. I know for sure you ain't spit no bars in your life. So stop trying to do that shit. Be your fucking self. So you talk about spitting bars, yeah. I got something for you, fam. I made a little something earlier. I spit some bars on you, Kofi. I spit some bars. So yeah, Shugs, play that shit. What? Hold tight with the segue man there. Hold tight, Shugs, yeah. My name is Kinny Killa and I'm repping Sunday Segue. Get down on your knees, I'ma show you how to beg. Ranting and raving is something that I do. Hit my rant music, I'm about to rant on you. What? You're on my screen, looking like a klutz. Get the fuck off my TV, you're choking some slap nuts. You got bars, Kofi, you got bars. Your gimmick right now is worse than Mantar. So big, you Xavier, even you Kofi. Stop doing soft shoe, you don't fool me. You'll be fed too. Rusev and Lana will say crush. Your career is in the toilet, so don't forget to flush. What?
Oh! Deal.
Hear that, Kofi? Career is in the toilet. Don't forget to flush. Don't forget to flush. You'll be fed to Rusev and Lana will say crush. It's simple as that. Fuck. Alright. Billy, crowd completely shitted on this match, bro.
Well, can you blame them?
Oh my gosh.
It was a very crap match.
They just didn't care. Like, there was so much booing. Like, boring, JBL, like, so much of it. Like, oh my god. I heard NXT.
They wanted to entertain themselves with chants rather than paying attention to the match, which was shit. So I can't blame them for doing that.
I'm sure at one point they were shouting New Day, and then the crowd was shouting NXT right back at them.
That just shows you how over the gimmick is, doesn't it?
Ollie, what's your view on this gimmick?
Man, it's a shame that you've got a collection of talent doing this shitty gimmick. They should probably go all nerded out, man. I know Xavier Woods is a nerd. I mean, he's fucking booked from where the Power Rangers came from, man. And then Kofi Kingston, you know, he's a nerd. And you know, Biggie Langston is a big old nerd. So let them just nerd out like the nerds in TNA were doing, man. And I think that'd be totally over.
Shugs, spit on this.
Fuck these motherfuckers. Fuck these fucking, like, it's just why? Being black, right, is not a character trait. It's not a character trait. Being black is just a way of being. Do you know what I mean? You're black or you're white or you're Latino or whatever. These make being black a character trait, and it's not. Fuck these. Let me just make them all pimps and let's just be done with it, man.
Yeah. Oh my god, being managed by the Godfather.
Make them all pimps
Jeez.
and they just like fucking bitch slap everyone. Let's just
pimps bitch slap everyone with chicken bones in their mouth. Like it's too much. I feel you on that one. I mean, because I know one Monday came or Tuesday came and you just messaged me and you just said, as soon as you see them, just message me, because I know you was vexed because they're just doing it too much.
Fucking
it's too
rag.
much.
When he pulled that rag from his fucking top, man, I just lost it.
God.
With this sweat problem, and they're talking about his fucking sweat problem. I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Why are you wasting my time with this shit?
How the fuck are we gonna take you seriously if you're taking a piss out of yourself? How does that work? Oh, God. Anywho, let's move on. Heyman, Jericho, Brock Lesnar. Billy, what did you think of Heyman in this angle, you know, leading up to Brock Lesnar's return?
Paul Heyman. He does what he does, doesn't he? He always does his job okay. And here, I thought it was well played out, all of it. And, you know, we got coming back in the middle of the match, which was Brock Lesnar.
I mean, it's the way he was talking about the Jew thing, the Jew comment. The crowd popped for that, but yeah, you know, he obviously pulled the wool over everyone's eyes. We knew he was gonna come back, you know, but we didn't know how he was gonna come back. Just Brock comes out and just fucks up Jericho. The no selling, how good was the no selling? How important was the no selling just to keep him, you know, keep that beast aura about him?
Yeah, I think it's just like, this is how Lesnar should be like. Do you know what I mean? He's an ass kicker. He just go around fucking people up on a regular. Do you know what I mean? Just fuck everyone up all the fucking time.
I was laughing so hard. The forearm in the face and he just didn't flinch. Forearm in the face, didn't flinch. Jericho tried to go, you know, he pushed Jericho. Jericho tried to do code breaker, push him down, lift him up. No effort. Just minimal effort, just picked him up, bam, F5 to your dome. Shows where the fuck was the belt?
He's just got fucked, man.
He came out with no belt. You're the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, man, just came out with no belt. Like, scarce. Yeah, and I know they're probably like, you probably got cuss on the way back. But yeah, you know, Brock, absolute beast. Next segment, Fandango, Roman Reigns, Big Show. Ollie, Fandango comes out to chat shit with that stiff piece next to him. Rosa. Can't even move. Like, oh god. Anyway, stiff piece on his side. Reigns comes out, spears Fandango out of his shoes. You know, before he can even talk, Big Show comes out. Reigns tells him if he comes down, he's gonna punch him in the mouth. Reigns just come up with some better shit, like, you know, if you come down, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. Like, who talks like that? Like, obviously, I know you can't swear and shit, but I just don't get it. I want to believe in this guy, I do, because he's got the look, he has got some charisma, he's got something about him, but his delivery just seems so fake. His actions are always big, but his words just need to match them, don't they, Ollie?
Totally. He should go back down to NXT and maybe bring up Sami Zayn. I don't know. Adrian Neville. I don't know. The whole roster down.
Well, let me ask you this: is he ready to take the strap off Lesnar at Mania?
He's not ready to be in the big league, dude. I'm telling you, man. I saw a video with him wrestling a Ricardo, and I don't want to plug Ricardo too much, but that's the person they should have pushed. We know he can talk, and now I know he can wrestle. Why do we have this guy that can't even talk? I mean, he can wrestle, he can look the part, but I mean, he's not going to carry the match. The other person's going to carry the match and make him look good.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if he does face Brock at WrestleMania, who carries that match, who's calling that match, because, boy, it might end up being Brock against Goldberg WrestleMania 20 all over again. Because if they keep force-feeding this fool in our face, he's not a fool. He's not a fool. It's not him. It's not him. It's not him, right? If they keep force-feeding him to us, it's just going to get a backlash from the crowd.
Getting a backlash already, I think. People are like just, you know, he gets a big pop when he's there in the arena, but just like people are just like, oh fuck this guy, man.
Hey, Kenny.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but I think they should have pushed Ambrose if they really want to push somebody from the Shield.
Yeah,
this guy's ready.
That Ambrose got too hot and they just didn't know what to do with him. It was like all of a sudden Ambrose, he got injured, Ambrose got hot out of nowhere, and then creative just didn't know what to do with him, and then we end up where he's just doing this shit because the Ambrose Rollins feud was the best thing on TV for fucking months. Just waiting for him to get his hands on fucking Rollins. They basically had one match and that was the end of it. Yet we have to sit through fucking 3 pay-per-views with him having a match with Bray Wyatt.
It's like they sent him out there, obviously, because everyone's injured. He got over, they didn't like it, and now they're trying to feed him some shit. And someone said, I can't remember who, but someone said that it's almost like, I think they said it last week, it's almost like they're keeping him down on purpose. Obviously, Vince likes the big guys. No matter what happens, it seems like they've got him as the next, they've got Reigns as the next guy. No Daniel Bryan, because obviously they don't know when he's going to come back. No Ambrose. Ambrose is so over, but he don't fit the mold.
Ambrose has been over.
I know.
CZW.
And they don't, obviously that's why they were, even when he's at Dragon Gate, that's why they were chasing him for so long. But he don't fit the mold. Rollins, you know what? I got to give a clap to Rollins, because this guy, right, he was the last person we thought that he was going to turn on the show. The last person. And he's come out and he's just been doing amazing. He looks like a proper heel, doing heel shit. I love this guy. He's just wicked. He is absolutely wicked. Let's just move on. Billy, is this is this the way they're going? With Big Show? Could this again be like Reigns, eliminates Big Show to win the Rumble and make it such a big deal? Because it seems like whenever they try and give someone the big deal in the Rumble, Big Show is the guy they eliminate.
But yeah, I think that's probably the way it's going to go. It's going to come down to those two, and then the chosen one, Roman Reigns, goes on to WrestleMania.
Superman punch him out the ring. That's what's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
Man, he just needs to add some more skills to his repertoire, because the critics are out on him right now, because it seems like he's doing the five moves of doom,
I think what they should do for WrestleMania, to be perfectly honest, is have Cena win the belt and then put Cena and Roman Reigns in there.
Well, at Mania?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt, would it? Because all the fans would probably be booing Cena anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So they're probably going to, make him more of a star. He'll come over more as a star because people will be cheering him.
And actually, that makes a lot of sense, because then, obviously, they'll talk about needing a heel in the mix. The heel is Rollins. Come in with the money in the bank, cash that shit, bam.
Straight afterwards, and then you got the heel heat going in, and then you got a feud between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins for the down period in
That's the program.
April or May, isn't it?
All right, let's go to the main event. Rollins versus Cena, cage match. Shugs, what was your thoughts on the match? Was it better than the TLC match?
I think it was better than the match they had. Better than the match they had the night before. I didn't really dislike the match they had the night before. I just thought. I'm just fed up with Cena winning. Do you know what I mean? And maybe it was the best thing for storyline, keeping Cena strong and this and that. But I just think that I think Rollins is doing a good job. The position he's in, I think he's doing a good job. And I think that he doesn't look weak against Cena. It's just he never seems to get the rub of Cena. It's like the rub is supposed to be, oh, you're in the ring with Cena. That's the rub. But just let him fucking win, man.
Just let him win, standard. Oh, God. Billy, Lesnar comes out. 3 German suplexes. fucking love it. And an F5 to the dome. Walks over to Rollins, and he doesn't fuck him up.
Ah, you see, that's where there's a swerve coming in, isn't it?
I mean, would the finish have been better if, he left them both laying?
And then you probably would have had the problem with, like, Rollins, he wouldn't have had a much heat, would he, going into the new year
True.
and whatnot. That's the only thing I could see that problem being.
Okay. Ollie, Rollins, with a lot of help, he wins matches, which is great for the heel persona, the heel character, which is what he needs. What's next for him? Is it, maybe Orton returns at the Rumble to eliminate him, and then we go a program there? What's next, you reckon?
What's next for Rollins?
Yeah.
He's going to be pushed aside. You don't get shine off of Cena. Nobody's got shine off of Cena since 2011 when CM Punk did. You get too close to this guy and you get shitted on, man. He can't put nobody over right now. He really needs to step down. He's not going to lose any of, his prestige, 15-time champion. I mean, he's not going to lose it. But when you put somebody too close to Cena, we've seen it happen to Ziggler. We've seen it happen to even Daniel Bryan, man. Oh, well, actually, Daniel Bryan did get some shine from Cena, but he was already really over. So, But I just don't see people getting it from John Cena, and I think he's put him too close to it, and I'm kind of scared for him right now.
All right. Well, that's the end of Raw, people. Raw rating, please, Shugs.
It wasn't terrible, so I'm just gonna go with like my standard, which is just like a 6. It was just another Raw.
Ollie.
Yeah, I'll give it a 5.
Okay. Billy.
I'm going to be a little bit harsh and give it a 3.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, man. I've seen a couple of 3s the last couple of weeks. Shit. All right. Let's go to Raw feedback because I think we only have one. I think. Let me just check. Yeah, on the website. Come on, Segheads. Come on. You were giving us feedback before, right? On Facebook. We switched it up now to our website. We give you the link. Just click the link, man, and give the feedback. Give the link. Sign in through your Twitter or whatever. And just give the feedback. We still need this ish, all right? So the feedback we have so far is from the Cookie Cutter podcaster himself, Michael Cook. He says the pay-per-view had a great opening and a strong main event with Ambrose and Wyatt. Anything else is boring. Kane versus Ryback and Rowan versus Big Show was awful. Raw had a good main event angle with Rollins versus Cena. It actually had a beginning. Cena, Rollins, Jericho, Heyman promo. A brilliant middle with Jericho versus Heyman and Lesnar. And a perfect end to the show with the cage match. Everything else on this show was so forgettable. So basically, it's another week where the developmental promotion NXT is actually better than the main WWE shows. What scares me even more is that I don't think McMahon has a clue that we are enjoying watching NXT more than Raw and Smackdown. Oh, thank you for that, Michael Cook. All right, we're going to go to a break and then we'll be back with RIP Smackdown in 60 seconds, Sugs Stunners, the Segue Weekly Poll, and Track of the Week. So don't you miss it.
Hi, this is Karma, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
And we're back, people. All right, so just before we go into RIP Smackdown in 60 seconds, Shugs, have you heard about Mike Tyson's mysteries? No. Oh, my Lord. Right, I'm going to post this right now. Ollie, have you heard about it?
I have not heard about it.
It's this new show on Adult Swim. It's fucking joke. It's like listen, I'm just going to post it in the comments. Click on it. Watch the trailer. It is amazing. There's a couple episodes out already. It is so funny. All right. It's like some throwback Scooby-Doo shit. It's so a joke. All right. So Smackdown, RIP Smackdown in 60 seconds. We're going to take this time, obviously, again, Segheads, you should know, but all the people who are new listeners, we RIP'd. We deaded off Smackdown in 60 seconds just because Smackdown is shit, even though Shugs has told me that the live show was good. So Shugs, what happened on the live show that was good?
I can't fucking remember, mate. That was Tuesday. What was it? Yeah, like Rollins was on there again. Rollins looked strong on Smackdown. I think it was just like they actually put some effort in because it was like live on the TV, whereas we normally get like a load of shit. It was actually like a decent show. It looked like they'd actually put some time in and bothered to do something, which is like they normally don't. Smackdown's just like an afterthought, whereas this time it looked like they had some actually. It made sense.
Right, so we're going to take this time now to talk about, I want to talk about Royal Rumble and Mania a little bit. Now, obviously, Royal Rumble's the next pay-per-view, guys. And, you know, it seems pretty obvious, yeah, that Roman Reigns is going to win. But, you know, there's going to be a few matches on the show. Obviously, Lesnar against Cena is going to be one of them. There probably will be a Divas match in there, or there will be a Divas match in there somewhere. So F that. But there should be another match. What do you think the another match is going to be to, you know, try and shore up that pay-per-view, Billy?
I suppose they could do another Ziggler Harper match. They could do another Big Show. No, I can't do Eric Rowan and Big Show. I can only think of that one, really, off the top of my head, yeah.
Ollie, surprises. There's always surprises in the Rumble. Who do you reckon is going to be surprised this time?
Ooh, that's a good question, man. You think they might bring... I don't know. You talking like a celebrity or like somebody from NXT?
I just mean like, you know, in the Rumble, in the actual Royal Rumble match, they always bring out, you know, whether it was Kevin Nash or Booker T or whatever. Who do you reckon that will be a surprise this time? Because I loved when Karma was in there. That was wicked. So yeah, who do you reckon is going to be the surprise? Or who would you like the surprise to be?
I want to see Charlotte Flair in the Royal Rumble.
In the Rumble. Oh man, I swear down that will be a joke if they put her in, but that will mess her up, I think. I mean, if WWE could actually cop someone from, you know, from TNA or something, that would be quite cool. But I mean, Orton, I reckon, may be a surprise entrant, which obviously they'll need that in the middle of the Rumble. Shugs, anyone else you reckon would be a good surprise?
I just can't think like who, unless it's like people who are on NXT, like where they're gonna get a surprise from. You know, whether it's gonna, you know, it's just. Might be like Jericho or somebody like that, but you know that's not.
Barrett will be back, you reckon?
I think Barrett will definitely come back. I think he's ready to go now, and they're just waiting. So maybe they're just holding him off to the Rumble.
If Daniel Bryan's music hits, people are going to fucking bukkake all over the place, like, literally. But oh gosh. Yeah, it's just gonna be interesting because Royal Rumble is my favorite pay-per-view of the year, and I'm scared that it's gonna be shit. Shugs, I don't know if you feel the same.
Well, if we're just going with current form, yeah, it is gonna be shit. But I know what you mean, and I just like hopefully they can do something, you know. And I suppose I'm interested in Cena and Lesnar 3, you know, just to see what they do more than anything else, you know, to see where they go with it. Because the first match was great, the second match was alright, but it's just like, what do they do? Like, I'm interested in, I suppose, not to see the match, but like, how they're going to book it, you know, rather than seeing them wrestle, just like, how are they going to book this?
Yeah, I mean, with obviously, with Rock potentially going after WrestleMania 1, it is interesting to see how they go with it. Well, let's talk here. All right, let's try and build the card a little bit, okay? So we're saying the main event will probably be Roman Reigns and Lesnar, so that gives us them two. Orton, who's he facing? Billy, who do you reckon he's facing?
Probably Seth Rollins.
Okay, so that's them two there. Which leaves Ambrose. Who do you reckon Ambrose is fighting, Shugs?
Well, if we're gonna say that Triple H is fighting Sting, then maybe. I don't know, there's like, and if you're saying Undertaker Wyatt, then it leaves, you know, he can't fight Kane again, Jesus Christ. So, I don't know who he's going to fight. There needs to be another heel if he's going to carry on being a babyface.
Heel Sheamus?
Maybe, but how injured is Sheamus?
Yeah, true. It just seems like he's, you know, he may be left out in the mix a bit. I don't know who else he could potentially face. Ooh, all right. We're left out with Cena. We've left out Cena. Who does Cena face at Mania? Ollie, who do you reckon?
Who does Cena face on Mania?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Rusev?
They could totally go that way, man.
And then it's the end of Rusev's career after that. Yeah, it could be. We'll have some Divas match, some Divas Battle Royal, whatever we normally have. We'll have some tag team match. Ziggler, Ziggler, I don't even have a clue. He might face Wade Barrett. It's up there. It's all up there. But this one needs to be massive. Because if they don't have no taker, they're going to be scrambling around a bit. So it'll be interesting to see where they go with that. All right, people. It's now time for Sugs Stunners.
Jobber of the week. Jobber of the week. I'm going to give it to Eric Rowan because why is he losing to this fucking waste of space Big Show? You know, what possible benefit has that had to his career? Or I don't understand them. If they're trying to build somebody, they have him lose. You know, we're building, but he can't beat Big Show. That's impossible. No one beats Big Show. So, job of the week. Move of the week. I suppose anything from the Ziggler, Eric Rowan, Luke Harper match, because they fucked each other up basically, and some of those like spills they took were just like unnecessary. Like Kinny was saying, you know, he's got they say he's like prone to concussions, and then they just fuck this guy up every week. That's a good idea. And then
Harper, his arm.
Yeah, wrestler of the week, Miz Day.
Yeah. I love this guy. I know we didn't really mention him on Raw, but it's because we mention him every week and he's doing the same stuff every week, but it's still funny. It is still funny. All right, Segway Weekly poll. The question for Segway Weekly poll this week was which was a better show, okay? NXT TakeOver Our Evolution or TLC? And the results, 27 people voted. So 96% of you said NXT Our Evolution, and or I should say 97%, and 3% of you, which was one vote, someone voted TLC. I wonder who that was. Seghead, whoever voted that, please let us know so we can shit on you a little bit. Nah, I'm kidding. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but we don't give a fuck anyway. But yeah, NXT TakeOver Our Evolution, 27 people voted for that one. So yeah, thank you for voting, all 28 of you. And that's the end of the show, people. Again, it's another end of the show. We're reaching statesides now. We're on TRN, the Talking Wrestling Network. So yeah, all you people, all you fans of TRN, make sure you holler at us as well. Listen to our show. Yeah. Again, I just got to thank Ollie, man, because it's early where he's at. It's now 6 a.m. Ollie, thanks for coming on. The new year's going to be bright for you, son. I'm going to, 2015 is going to be a big year for you and your family. So, I'm going to holler at you again, obviously get you on the show before, the special stuff happens to you next year because you're going to be one busy motherfucker, homie. But, yeah, man, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Obviously, Billy, the Mark Johnson as well, thanks for coming on. You're always there for us, players. So, yeah, thanks for coming on. Let the people know let the people know your Twitter.
It's at Billy222me or at Rance Wrestle.
Ollie, also let them know where they can find you on the Twitter.
You can find me on Twitter at Oliver Ben. Okay. And also get at Just a Stupid Mark. He's awesome.
Listen, I'm trying to get this guy on the show, man. I'm trying to get this guy on the show, and I think it's probably too early for him, which I don't blame him whatsoever. Mark, you just know, we want you on the show, so holler anytime, all right? Because we need to get this ish sorted. Can't do the show without the goddamn Sugar Shugs. Just cannot do this without that player.
I feel fucked, man. Can't wait to go to bed.
All right. There's no in the words of this week. Track of the week, though. Thank you for the second who gave this to me. It made me laugh as soon as I got it. But track of the week is Disco Inferno. Boom! WCW Disco Fever. Done know. So for all you nostalgic people out there, I know you're going to love it. Yeah, next week, next Saturday, return of the Retro Round Table with John Cooper and the Garden Sugar Shugs. That's right, for Royal Rumble 1992. Oh my God, I've got a feeling this is going to be one of our funniest shows yet because of how the pay-per-view panned out. Put that cigarette out. And yeah, next Sunday, don't forget to check us out. We've got Chad, B-Raw and Broughton, one half of the Lost Episode crew. His missus, Courtney, should be on the show also. We will also have Who else are we going to have on the show next week? Jeez, we should have Fame Black. Fame Black will be on the show next week, as well as Matt French, another half of the last episode crew. Don't you miss it, people. I'm sorry there's no In the Words Of, but if you don't like that, you can choke on that, slap nuts. Woo!
Disco fever, yeah, 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 yeah. Disco fever, disco fever, disco fever, yeah, 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 yeah. Disco fever, disco fever, disco fever, yeah, 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 yeah. Disco fever, disco fever, disco fever, yeah, 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 yeah. Disco fever, disco fever. Disco fever, yeah, 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 yeah. Disco fever, disco fever, disco fever, yeah, 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 yeah. Disco fever, disco fever, disco fever, yeah.